unfortunately heading towards the final part of it. Me personally, I'm still on my annual leave, so I still have a couple of days off. I've been at the beach a couple of times, spending time with friends, and I'm also taking another small one-day trip at the end of August. And these days that I have left, I will just take it easy and just relax and rest. This is important as well. You don't always have to be exploring the world and just getting yourself more tired than you would usually be. What are we doing today? Today I have a couple of food products, and I thought that they can make very cool sounds. And I don't know which one to start with. Okay, I will start with this. So these ones are crisp breads. It's just basically slices of bread that are very crispy, toasted, and we use them for breakfast purposes most of the time. It is considered a healthy product. You can put some cheese on, some ham, some tomato. Here on the product it has tomatoes and feta cheese probably, or some sort of cheese. I think it's cottage cheese, yeah. So it gives you a healthy recommendation, that's good. And this brings me to my question. What do my viewers eat for breakfast? I wonder. I used to be a person that skips breakfast, and I would eat an early lunch around 1 o'clock, sometimes even earlier, like 12. I would wake up during my university time. I would wake up, I would exercise, like either at home with weights or go outside running, and then I would come back, shower, eat, and then I would probably have a class or something. But on my journey to weight loss, which I'm still on, I don't think I've talked about this, but anyways, talking about health in general, it is very important that you eat breakfast. I'm not an expert, and I'm not trying to convince you to change your lifestyle, but it's definitely easier to eat some breakfast, and you eat small portions of food every couple of hours so you don't overdo it later in the day. And that seems to be working for me as well. Now I usually eat like 2 eggs in the morning, and that keeps me full for maybe 2 or 3 hours. Then I will have to eat a banana or something before lunchtime comes around. The first half of the day, I think it's easy. The second half is more difficult because you're doing well on your calories on the first half of the day, and then you get very hungry, and yeah, it's easy to overconsume. And I really like this sticky sounds of the paper or carton, whatever you wanna call it. Alright, I will move to another product. Something else that you may use for your breakfast is peanut butter. Peanut butter is healthy, Linseed oil, yeah. It's not healthy, man. So, of course, olive oil is very healthy, and these other types of oils are not the best option, really. They use them in these kind of products to make them very spready and to give them a nice texture. And of course, you will find these kind of oils in almost all products, so it's very hard to avoid. And I'm not saying that I don't eat them at all, of course I eat them most of the times without me even knowing about it, but I'm just saying that even a product that is advertised as like, so this says super spread here, but is it really? That's what I'm trying to talk to you about. And also there is this thing called emulsifier, which is also not the best thing in the world. So emulsifiers will try to change again the consistency of the product so it makes them more smooth. But this is the modern life. What can I say? I'm not gonna try to philosophize it very much. It's okay to eat these products once in a while. I'm also sharing my knowledge, and you probably know this stuff as well. I think people work better with reminders rather than giving instructions on things that they already know. And it's very frustrating if some of you have been in a weight loss journey or you're trying to look after what you eat. It's a frustrating process, and I can totally understand you if you have tried it in the past and you failed and then you tried it again. A lot of people who have a problem with their weight have lost weight and then they gained it back, etc., etc. What amazes me is that when we lose weight and we consume less calories, our bodies are constraining the weight loss. They decrease our metabolism so we don't lose the fat that we already have. And that's a very frustrating process because our bodies work in a survival mode. And it's crazy to me. It's crazy. Okay, so peanut butter, good option as well. And then something else that might interest you is, I hope you know tahini. Tahini is very healthy, but there is this product here which is tahini cocoa. So it's like a spread again, and it tastes like a chocolate spread. So again, when you combine these two, it doesn't form a good combination. Well, a tasty one, but not as healthy as it would be if you ate pure tahini. Because this also has so let's see, it has tahini, okay, of course, the ground sesame, brown sugar, that's good, and then you have skimmed cocoa, that's good, and then you have the vegetable oil, which is sunflower oil and palm oil as well, of course, to give this that spread form. And then again you have emulsifiers as well. And you can also understand it from the calories, like 100 grams has 573 calories. So again, it's very calorie unfriendly. Because if you're doing it for health reasons, then probably you might as well eat Nutella. It would be the same thing. But yeah, I think eggs is a good option. And what else can people eat for breakfast? If it doesn't have to do with bread and stuff. I know a lot of you might eat avocado toasts and stuff. Avocado is a great option. Again, it's a calorie dense, but or maybe you drink milk with some cornflakes. I used to do that when I was younger. Yeah. But that also is full of sugars, etc. Once you get into food and health, it's very hard to get out of it once you realize what we are consuming. And sometimes you become obsessed, so I don't think that's the best thing, because I get obsessed sometimes with my friends over what we eat, etc. And they tell me, "Oh, relax, what can we do about it, etc." But it's true, you shouldn't get obsessed about it. Just try to take it one day at a time and one meal at a time as well. And you should also enjoy it as well, of course. This is not a food product. You drink it. This is coffee, and something that I love. So this is Freddo Espresso. You probably don't know what that is. It's basically an espresso that you make, but it's very cold. That's why it's called Freddo. It's known here in the Mediterranean. If you're from the north, you probably drink espresso, like hot espresso. Or a hot cappuccino. So here we have Freddo cappuccino as well, which is the cold version of it, because it's usually very hot and you need something refreshing, even when you drink coffee. I personally don't drink coffee. I know it might sound very weird. You didn't expect that. Most people drink coffee. They cannot start their day without it. And I think the reason why I don't need it is because I never started drinking coffee. It never appealed to me as something interesting. And since I didn't get used to it, I don't feel the need to drink coffee when I wake up in the morning. I can just, some people, they say they cannot function without drinking coffee. If you never start, you never have to drink coffee. I can drink some water, eat breakfast, and then I feel like I can function. Yeah. But what I love about coffee is the smell. It smells amazing. Some cup sounds. Cup sounds. Let me know in the comments if you drink coffee and what kind of coffee you drink. And if you would like to, you can Google like Freddo Espresso or Freddo Cappuccino so you can understand what it looks like. People here cannot function without it. I have one more item, which is corn. And I thought I can make this sound. So this is sweet corn in a can. But again, I think I've heard about corn that it's not something that you should eat every day either. But when you do, it has great nutritional value. So. You can also let me know if you are someone who cooks or someone that is served food. If you like to cook and if you think about nutritional value when you cook, or your first priority is flavor. So there is a great chef that says that the first priority is nutritional value, and then it's the taste. And if you put some love into what you're doing in cooking, you will achieve both. That was the video for today. I really hope you enjoyed it. I spoke kind of a lot, so I think I will put rambling in the video title so people are aware of what's coming. But either way, even if I talked a bit too much, I hope that you got some rest. It relaxed you and maybe helped you even sleep. So thank you very much, and I hope I'll see you again